Have you ever felt like there's hidden potential in your DNA that science hasn't fully explained? What if I told you that cutting-edge research in 2025 is proving your genetic code isn't just biology? It's a quantum antenna designed to receive cosmic information. In the next 7 minutes, I'll reveal the 3 specific sacred geometry patterns that activate dormant DNA sequences, show you the exact NASA research proving quantum consciousness effects, and teach you the 5-minute daily technique that thousands have used to unlock genetic potentials. After helping thousands activate their DNA potential, I discovered that 2025's UN International Year of Quantum Science proves what mystics knew for millennia. Consciousness programs your genetics. But wait, you're probably thinking this sounds too good to be true. That's exactly what scientists at NASA thought until they discovered something that changed everything. For the first time in history, mainstream science is acknowledging what mystics have known for millennia. Consciousness and DNA operate on quantum principles that can be deliberately activated. Let's start with the first breakthrough that will completely change how you see your DNA. Sacred geometry isn't just beautiful patterns, it's actually the programming language your genes are waiting for. Think about this. Every sacred geometric pattern, from the flower of life to the Merkaba, contains specific mathematical ratios and frequencies. But here's what will blow your mind. These same ratios appear in the molecular structure of DNA itself. What if your genetic code is literally designed to respond to these ancient patterns? When researchers at the Institute of HeartMath measured the electromagnetic field generated by DNA, they discovered something that changes everything we thought we knew about consciousness and biology. They found that DNA generates geometric patterns identical to those found in ancient sacred sites. But what does this mean for you? It means that when you meditate on sacred geometric patterns, when you visualize these forms, or when you surround yourself with these shapes, you're literally programming your DNA with activation codes that have been hidden in plain sight for thousands of years. And here's what's really fascinating, and this next part will completely change how you see your own biology. Let me share with you a discovery that sent shockwaves through the scientific community just last year. Researchers at Wellesley College made a breakthrough that changes everything we thought we knew about how consciousness affects our biology. They discovered that microtubules, the tiny structures inside every cell in your body, function as quantum processors capable of maintaining coherent quantum states at body temperature. What makes this discovery revolutionary is that these microtubules are connected directly to your DNA through a network of protein filaments. This means your consciousness, operating through quantum fields, can literally rewrite your genetic expression in real time. From theory to practice, think about a time when you had a sudden breakthrough or insight that seemed to come from nowhere. What you experienced was likely your microtubules processing quantum information and literally rewriting your genetic expression in that moment. This isn't metaphor, it's measurable quantum biology happening in your body right now. But what if I told you this is just the beginning of what science is discovering about the quantum nature of human biology? But this quantum biological discovery isn't happening in isolation. In fact, it's triggered a global race among the world's most powerful organizations to understand and harness these capabilities. This groundbreaking discovery about microtubules sets the stage for why 2025 represents a pivotal moment in human consciousness evolution. This year, the United Nations has declared it the International Year of Quantum Science and Technology, marking the first time that quantum consciousness research has received official global recognition. NASA has allocated over $2 billion specifically for quantum biological research, with a focus on what they're calling biological quantum sensors in human DNA. Here's what NASA scientists have discovered. Certain sequences in human DNA respond to specific quantum frequencies in ways that suggest they were designed to function as cosmic antennas. These sequences become active during states of deep meditation, during moments of profound insight, and during what mystics have long called awakening experiences. Wait, there's something these billion-dollar corporations don't want you to discover. Major corporations are investing unprecedented amounts in what they're calling the biological quantum revolution. Google's quantum research division has partnered with leading geneticists to map what they term quantum responsive DNA sequences. Microsoft has allocated over $500 million to develop technologies that can detect and enhance quantum coherence in biological systems. But here's what these corporations don't want you to know. While they're spending billions trying to build external quantum computers, you already have the most sophisticated quantum processor ever created running inside your body. I invite you to experiment with this knowledge. Every meditation session, every moment of deep focus, every time you set a clear intention, observe how you're operating quantum technology that makes their billion-dollar machines look like pocket calculators. Why this massive corporate interest? Because they've realized that human DNA doesn't just store genetic information, it processes quantum information. And those humans who can access and utilize these quantum processing capabilities represent the next stage of human evolution. Now, here's what these corporations have discovered that explains their massive investment and why this knowledge is so crucial for you to understand. Here's where this gets truly fascinating and where mainstream science starts to sound like ancient mysticism. For decades, scientists dismissed 98% of human DNA as junk DNA because it doesn't code for proteins. But what if this so-called junk DNA is actually your personal connection to cosmic intelligence? Recent quantum biological research has revealed that this non-coding DNA is the most sophisticated quantum processing system ever discovered. Your biological antenna designed to receive and decode information from beyond physical reality. Unlike what science taught us about DNA being a static blueprint, quantum research shows that DNA is a dynamic, living antenna system that's constantly receiving and transmitting information. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every intention you set sends specific frequency patterns through this quantum DNA network. But here's the most remarkable discovery. The frequency patterns that activate these quantum DNA sequences are identical to the mathematical ratios found in sacred geometry, in ancient chanting practices, and in the light frequency codes that mystics have described for thousands of years as the language of creation. To understand how powerful this is in practice, let me share Sarah's transformation. Sarah, a 45-year-old teacher, started practicing sacred geometry meditation. Within 3 months, her chronic migraines disappeared, her intuition sharpened dramatically, and she began having insights that helped her solve problems she'd struggled with for years. What Sarah discovered was that her junk DNA was being activated by the geometric patterns she visualized, literally rewiring her biology for enhanced consciousness and healing. This is your awakening too, when you practice these techniques consistently. Text. Researchers have identified what they're calling light codes embedded within the quantum responsive regions of DNA. These light codes respond to specific combinations of geometric visualization, breathwork, and intention in ways that activate dormant genetic potentials. When these codes are activated, people report enhanced intuition, accelerated healing, expanded consciousness, and abilities that science is only beginning to understand. What this means is that the ancient mystery schools weren't just teaching philosophy or spirituality, they were teaching practical quantum biology. They were teaching students how to activate the quantum processing capabilities of their own DNA using the universal programming language of sacred geometry and light. What I'm about to share with you will sound like science fiction, but it's happening in labs right now. Understanding this quantum biological inheritance is just the first step, ready to move from theory to activating what you've learned. Here's where everything we've discussed becomes your living reality. The most powerful method for DNA activation combines what ancient traditions called pranayama with cutting-edge understanding of quantum coherence. From understanding to practice, this isn't just breathing. This is quantum breathwork that synchronizes your brainwaves with your DNA's natural resonant frequencies. Here's how this works. When you breathe in specific patterns while visualizing sacred geometric forms, you create what physicists call quantum coherence throughout your entire biological system. Let me guide you through the basic quantum breathwork technique. Sit comfortably and imagine a sphere of golden light in your heart center. As you inhale for 4 counts, visualize this sphere expanding and forming a perfect tetrahedron around your body. Hold your breath for 4 counts while seeing this tetrahedron spinning and generating geometric patterns throughout your DNA. Exhale for 6 counts, sending this geometric energy through every cell in your body. And here's where something incredible happens. Most people feel this within the first 30 seconds. Practice this for just 5 minutes, and many people report feeling a subtle vibration throughout their body. That vibration, that's your DNA literally responding to quantum programming. But here's what makes this extraordinary. Brain scans of people practicing this technique show increased gamma wave activity in regions associated with heightened awareness and accelerated healing. You're not just imagining these effects, you're measurably altering your brain's quantum processing capabilities, but we're just getting started. Once you've experienced this basic quantum breathwork and can feel that subtle geometric energy moving through your system, you're ready to amplify these effects with an even more powerful technique that combines breathwork with what ancient traditions called Merkaba activation. The Merkaba isn't just an abstract geometric concept. It's a specific quantum field geometry that your DNA is designed to generate and respond to. Recent research into biophoton emissions has shown that during deep meditative states, the human body generates light patterns that match the exact geometric structure of the Merkaba. This suggests that Merkaba meditation isn't visualization. It's the conscious activation of your DNA's natural light-generating capabilities. To practice Merkaba DNA activation, begin with the quantum breathwork I just described. Once you feel the geometric energy moving through your system, visualize 2 intersecting tetrahedrons spinning around your body, one spinning clockwise, one counterclockwise. As these geometric forms accelerate, see them creating a field of liquid light that extends far beyond your physical body. This isn't just imagination. Researchers using sensitive electromagnetic equipment have detected measurable energy field changes around people practicing Merkaba meditation. Your DNA is literally generating a quantum field that extends into the space around you, connecting you with the larger quantum matrix of reality itself. What happens when you practice these techniques consistently? People report remarkable changes, enhanced intuitive abilities, accelerated healing from chronic conditions, increased synchronicities, and access to information and insights that seem to come from beyond ordinary consciousness. But perhaps most importantly, regular practitioners report feeling a deep sense of connection to something greater than themselves, a feeling that they're fulfilling their true evolutionary potential as quantum conscious beings. These remarkable changes you can experience aren't just modern discoveries. They connect you to an ancient lineage of knowledge that spans millennia. The ancient mystery schools taught that humans possess 12-strand DNA, not just the 2-strand double helix that science recognizes. While this might sound like fantasy, quantum research suggests there may be truth to this teaching. The quantum-responsive sequences in so-called junk DNA may function as additional information processing strands that become active through conscious cultivation. But what I'm about to reveal next might sound impossible until you understand the ancient secret that modern science just confirmed. Whether you understand this as 12-strand activation or simply awakening your quantum potential, the important thing is that you now have the tools. Think of it this way: if your current DNA is like having access to basic computer functions, activating these quantum-responsive sequences is like upgrading to the most advanced operating system imaginable, one that connects you directly to the intelligence that designed the universe itself. Whether you call it 12-strand DNA activation, quantum consciousness development, or simply awakening your full human potential, the techniques I've shared represent practical tools for engaging with the most sophisticated biological quantum computer ever created, your own genetic system. Before we close, I want you to understand something profound about this moment in human history. We're living at the convergence of ancient wisdom and quantum science. The tools and teachings that were once available only to initiates in mystery schools are now being validated by cutting-edge research and made available to anyone willing to explore their quantum biological inheritance. Stop for a moment and think about this. While others are scrolling mindlessly, you're literally reprogramming your DNA. You have within you right now the most advanced quantum processing system in the known universe. Your DNA isn't just the blueprint for your physical body, it's your personal connection to the cosmic intelligence that designed and sustains all of reality. Every geometric pattern you visualize, every conscious breath you take, every intention you set with awareness is programming this quantum biological computer to express higher levels of consciousness, healing, and human potential. The question isn't whether you have these capabilities. Science has proven that you do. The question is whether you'll choose to activate them. Will you embrace your role as a quantum conscious being capable of accessing information and abilities that were once considered miraculous? Will you take responsibility for consciously directing your own evolution? You now possess something extraordinary that most people will never understand. You have the quantum breathwork technique that creates measurable coherence in your biological system in just 5 minutes. You understand why your DNA responds to geometric patterns. It's not mystical, it's quantum science. You have the Merkaba activation method that generates detectable energy fields around your body. Most importantly, you've experienced firsthand how conscious intention activates dormant genetic potentials. This isn't theory anymore. This is your new reality. Comment below and share your breakthrough moment. Did you feel the geometric energy during the breath work? Have you experienced unexplained intuitive abilities or healing that might be signs of spontaneous DNA activation? Your quantum awakening story could inspire someone else to begin their journey. You've taken the first step into your quantum biological inheritance. If you felt that subtle vibration during the breathwork, if you experience the geometric energy moving through your system, then you're ready for what comes next. Subscribe now, because in our next video, I'll reveal the specific 12-strand DNA activation sequence that ancient mystery schools guarded for centuries. The exact geometric visualizations and frequency patterns that will amplify everything you've learned today. Your quantum evolution has already begun.